Hi Meow!
Meow.
And welcome back to the channel.
I'm Shift.
And I'm Electro.
And we are
Shifter!
Woo!
Well, we got something spectacular for today!
The sketchbook tour #1
Out of 50!
out of 50.
It's very like, here's the content for the whole year. Sketchbook tour, sketchbook tour. Alright, well, let's get right into it. And the first one is,
Shift.
it's you!
My original self with just normal clothes because we decided to base it on
Normal clothes.
normal clothes. Electro used to dress very over the top and I used to dress ordinary.
Oh yeah, because I'd like order all this stuff off eBay, like Kingdom Hearts outfits and stuff like that, and then wear it as like normal clothing.
Yeah. So
I thought it was cool.
when we met, I was like, you can make a superhero outfit out of this. So I kind of literally modeled his clothes, and the original Shift shirt underneath it was literally a silver Superman shirt.
It was
It was like
so bad.
so reflective.
Yeah. And then on the right side here, I was trying to like do powers and such. I'm like, yeah, he's super cool. Look at him.
Yeah, with this one, I wanted him to be. He's got super speed and water, so I like the way that the Flash used to run across the water, and I wanted the water to propel him even faster.
Yeah. And then here we have Shift version 2.0.
So we made it more fantasy instead of his
Casual way.
real life clothes. Like an eccentric millionaire actually funded him.
Yeah.
And also I brought hair shifting powers into it because whenever they have hair coming out of their costume, it doesn't make sense that nobody gets its exact same haircut, exact same color.
Yeah, doesn't like only like a Batwoman or something do that? Isn't there a Batwoman that changes her hair?
Yes, I do believe. Oh, I don't know. I remember seeing somebody that actually wore a copper wig, but I'm pretty sure that was from Young Justice, Artemis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I think that's like the only person that I've actually seen actually changes their hair. Everyone else is like the exact same hair. It's like, I know who you are, you can't fool me.
So Shift has got red brown hair, and then Richard, his
Human
identity is dirty blondie, orangey, strawberry blonde, whatever.
Yeah. So that's Shift. Say hi.
Yeah. Hi, Shift.
And then here is like another revised
version,
Yeah.
yes.
Of Richard.
With the shoes, I wanted him, like, Electro asked me, what are your favorite shoes? And I was like, well, if I could, I'd have Sailor Jupiter from Sailor Moon, her shoes as a male, and this is what you came up with.
Yeah. But I think I ended up mostly inspiring him by my Converses, because I had like these black ones that went halfway up my shins and had like rainbow zippers and stuff on them. I was like, they're super cool, and you seem to like them, so I think that's what we went with.
Yeah, pretty.
And then finally, you get a glimpse at Electro.
Yeah, I love his headpiece. It's like bejeweled.
And so yeah, and as you can see, the hairstyle's kind of the same as I forget your name. Shift.
A Shift, but this one's more spiky and straight, which to you translated back then to it's completely different.
But as you'll see, like all the hairstyles are completely the same. And now this is our Technomancer.
The original concept was we wanted her to be a chibi because all the chibi in our comic book were really smart. They were all scientists.
Yeah, so it made sense that she had techno powers. But then I like the hairstyle too much. So I was like, she's gotta be cooler than a chibi.
Yeah, like the hairstyle pretty much showed it. It was like, oh, it's finally different.
Kinda.
Kind of. And then it was like, the second one we did, like, you did it shorter. I was like, try it shorter because those long pieces just look like little fangs.
Yeah.
Or like, what are they called? Mammoth tusks? The first ones?
Yeah.
And then you did it shorter, and then I was like, no, maybe do it even longer, and maybe it's the point, like it's one of those edgy bobs.
Yeah. And then I just went like all out with techno stuff, and I was like, back then we were like, oh my god, this is awesome! Look at all that detail.
And see the black part on her stomach, like it looks like cushiony stuff.
Yeah.
This is the first part that I fell in love with that design, and I was like, every single one of my characters can have that, thanks.
Yeah, I think that ends up being like 20 characters with that stuff. And then, oh, look at this.
Oh, the cringe. Oh.
I found these, and this was you attempting to draw after I was like teaching you, this is what you do with the eyes.
Like, I drew these kind of things a lot. Like, I figured if you draw a face the size of the page, you can put more detail into it. But look at that nose. Oh.
He's got personality.
Oh.
Let's just move on, shall we?
Cringe.
And here's just some random sketches, just
So,
designs.
I was trying to explain what a short skirt would look like if it had cutouts on the side of it, and you could see the flesh on the side of the leg. And then, of course, Velectro turned it Super Saiyan with the little black picture on the side.
Yeah. And then on the right, we're just trying out some hairstyles.
I really like that dress up in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, it's like Sally inspired from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here, me trying to be fancy.
I think this is actually going to turn into a character later, because you use that pose
Yeah.
somewhat. And that's a Fennec Fox.
I'm trying to
Obsessed
draw
with them.
animals. So bad. And this is Katrina, aka Cyclonus, who was a villain, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Was she a villain? Yeah. And she had like wind powers and stuff.
I actually colored, like we scanned the first image onto the computer.
Yeah.
And I colored it in, and the boots were bright yellow. I love them so much. I was like, I would totally have bright yellow boots.
She's got like Super Saiyan versions of Richard's boots.
Yeah.
Hers go all the way up to the knees. He's only like went halfway up the leg.
Well, it would kind of be like if Sailor Moon had Jupiter's boots,
Mm.
because hers go all the way up to the knee.
Yeah, and as you'll notice, like all the feet are all drawn on the side. It doesn't matter what the focus is. The feet are always drawn on the side because I couldn't do it like any other way. I was just like, nah, I can't. So they're all awkward. And then this is Kane, and he is an earthbender. Clearly, everyone knows what we were watching when this guy was drawn.
Yeah. Hey, do you like Avatar? Yeah, I do. Do you want to watch the whole thing again? Yes.
Of course, why not? And this is Annabelle, and she was like a Poison Ivy character.
I've talked about this in previous videos that we didn't know that fawn and flora and fauna are, two different things. And we called her Faunia and after fauna, and that's animals.
Yeah, she's got plant powers because
Yeah.
it's like in the comic, we were drawing like a comic, and then people were like, wait, what? And oh, this is an interesting story.
So I had a dream about this demon that's a shapeshifter, and basically if you see in the center of its chest, that's its heart. It has its heart half sticking out of its chest, but that's just how it was.
Yeah, when you told me about this, you're like, you have to draw. I'm like, I can barely draw people. I can draw a demon.
I think this is the start of pushing your drawing to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. Because after this, I started, figuring out more stuff. And then this is Alice, and she was a ninja.
Oh, I loved this hair, this dress, those boots, the middle picture. It's so nice.
I tried redrawing it, but I would always get to a point where it looks so good, but then I couldn't draw the rest of it. So I was like, I'll come back to it when I'm better at drawing.
Could you imagine if you just stuck on really detailed legs and arms on it now? And did really good face.
Really weird. But yeah, that was what I used to do. I used to not finish them if I felt like I couldn't do as good as the rest of the picture, but then I never came back to it.
I should try and see if I can finish them.
Yeah, that'd be great. Dot to dot finishing time. And this is Gloria. She was our psychic person.
That had psychic powers.
Yeah.
And she could levitate with her psychic powers.
Yeah, I remember at the time, her superhero outfit I thought was awesome because it seemed felt very different to like everything I had done before.
Yeah, and I love the gems on the hands.
On the hands, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like inspired from an anime or something.
I swear that was inspired by Ben 10.
Maybe. I don't know. We watch a lot of stuff. We're always watching stuff when we draw. And then this is our fire person who has origami powers as well for some strange Anastasia.
I love this dress. Like, I was like, this is so high fashion. The one fashion thing I want to come back is those stripes.
The stripes.
Like, they have horizontal stripes in fashion now, but it makes you look bigger than you actually are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the other way,
Yeah.
vertical stripes make you thinner. So I'm like, I want them to come back. We put them on these socks,
Yeah.
and the like liquid dripping was supposed to be like,
Like
I don't know.
fancy, you know how they have like those paintings and stuff, and it's like supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be classy. And then this is Jennifer.
oh, she is the evilest person in this thing.
Yeah.
She is like darkness incarnate.
Yeah.
Incarnate.
And so she is the puppet master, and her abilities is pretty much to like control people.
Yeah.
And we also gave her the ability that she has her own background, like evil sneaky music.
Dun, 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 dun.
So whatever, no, that's not
Well,
sneaky.
it's sneaky.
True. So it's whenever she's moving around, she has like this background music that just plays. Kind of gives her away, but
And we love pencil skirts, so she has to wear a pencil skirt.
yes, I think that was like Saint Tridians or something
Yeah.
inspired that. I just love that chick.
Same boots as well.
I love that look. It was awesome. And then this is our Ice Maiden, Pegasus, but I think we changed it to Pegasus.
Yeah,
Like
Pegasus.
or
Pegasus.
something. Pegasus, yeah. And her name's Eve.
Yeah.
And I like that outfit actually. Now that I look back at it, I think that's kind of cool.
It's cute, yeah.
It's nice. But I remember like this hero outfit that she's got took me like a week.
I
just
think
to
you did
draw
a
that.
redraw of that like a couple of years ago.
I think I did. I don't know where it is. I probably lost it now, but
She's got really long blonde hair.
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
I know where it
head-
is. I've got it on my computer.
So it's a redraw of that, so maybe we can show everyone that at some point. But so that's the ice one.
Yeah.
And then these are just some random drawings, like trying to draw more animals and Digimons.
Yep. Very nice. I like the hair.
Yeah. And this is Soundwave, and his powers are to use sound waves.
Yep. When we read that, I was just laughing at the fact, oh, what's the description? Sound wave powers.
Like, what's these powers? Sound waves?
And then the next person is
Like, one of those people that.
spiritual
Yeah.
light powers and stuff. Like, it was just inspired by a kind of a hippie monk.
Yeah, well, like when I drew that dragon, skeleton dragon on his pants, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Look how cool that is. And this was like a mashup.
It was a challenge. Like, the first challenge I ever gave you to try and push you even further was to mash different elements together. And that's what you got.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I think I did another one later on where it was like a werewolf thing.
It's
and
like a werewolf and Angemon.
yeah, that one like turned out so cool. And then I'm trying to do some armor design.
I think most of this was inspired by DC Universe Online
Yeah.
and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, well, I can see it for. So I was like, what's
It's
that?
when I first started actually reading comic books again,
Yeah.
and the first one that I introduced you to was Fantastic Four.
And then this is another villain, and her name is Raptorally. And this is just like the funniest thing ever back in the days.
It was supposed to be like the joke character, but then when we actually went and fully colored the comic book and did really good details on it, it was one of the first actual bad guys that showed up. And
it's so good.
I think she actually has a full storyline, so maybe we'll like put that in.
If we find it,
Yeah.
it's somewhere. And then the middle one, this is a random. I don't think that was there for anyone.
That was a redoing of Katrina.
Who's Katrina?
She's the wind-powered one,
Oh,
Cyclonus.
Cyclonus, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's nice. I like that. And then the last one was just the like classic metal person,
Yeah.
metal powers. And then these are just some random sketch that was throughout the book. They didn't really turn into anything.
Yeah, I think the second one is inspired by DC Universe Online again. And then I tried to get you to learn how to do long hair without short layers all the way through it. So that was the third one.
Yeah. And then this last picture was taken out of the comic book I was drawing.
Yes, it's like one of my favorites. It was basically we're superheroes in it, and we don't know that we're superheroes. And it's me telling Electro that I'm actually
This superhero,
Shift.
yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh my god, you have no idea that I'm actually Electro.
So yeah, and then I think I started to redraw on this picture, but I never did it. I never finished it, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, that's a water fountain, by the way, if it's not
and
obvious.
all that stuff around us is water, and it's supposed to be like magical.
Yeah. I can imagine it in a movie, like really
It's like,
cinematic and pretty.
and it's like all flashy and lights and everything, and apparently there's no one else in the park at the time.
Yeah, no one else can see it. It's like in a enclosure. What?
So that's it. So that's the sketchbook tour number 1.
Woo!
Alright, so thank you everyone for watching.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yay! Alright, bye meow.
No.